When you think of Renault, let's say 12 years ago, you would have never have thought they would be able to build cars to rival a Porsche. Well, things started to change in 2017 with the reintroduction of Alpine brand. It all started out with the A110, a small two-seater sports car that rivals the Porsche Cayman, a brilliant car from Renault. Fast forward a few years to last year and they introduced the A290, a small sports hatch that's based on the Renault 5. Again, it is a good car, but it wasn't any hot hatch, which is a bit of a shame really. Well, Alpine are trying again with this car. This is the A390 and it rivals the Porsche Cayenne. The difference is though, this one's electric. Let's have a look to see what it is like. Welcome to Everything Cars and More. So, starting with the design of the new A390, and it doesn't actually differ much from the concept we had in 2024. We get this futuristic and concept-like front end with 4 LED daytime running light elements, of which are connected with a light bar. You also get these triangles down the side that light up, giving it a menacing look, a bit like what Peugeot has with their fangs. The central air vent is discreet, which is nice, and we also get some decent looking side vents that also house the main headlight unit, but you wouldn't know unless they are lit. The front bumper design is minimalistic looking with no fake grille, but we do get this aerodynamic vent just below the light bar that vents through the bumper, giving it a big aerodynamic advantage. Moving around to the side, and we get this athletic and sporty design that basically makes it look like a bigger version of the A110. We get this black contrast roof and this curvy glass design. We also get a lot of sharp creases along the side and some gloss black wheel arches and lower seals. You even have a hidden door handle on the back, which is nice, and the front ones are pop-out ones too. The overall design does give it a very sporty look, but also a premium and high-end one, more than what you would expect from a Renault. Moving around to the back of the A390, and this is where we really get a good looking design. To start with, we get this light bar which houses the tail lights and the light up Alpine badge. The tail lights have this X style to them, just like rallying tech, which is a nice nod back to the original A110 and the Alpine heritage too. You also get these triangles down the side just like the front, but on the back they aren't lit up, which is a bit of a shame but understandable. What I do like though is this double boot lip spoiler. It just adds a bit of extra sporty character to it and makes it more unique too. The bumper is sporty but aerodynamically optimised with these panels that stick out either side to help pass the air through. There is even some aerodynamic trickery underneath too, which is nice. Right, let's have a look to see what battery motor options you can have with the new Alpine A390. So, for the Alpine A390 you can have 2 options, both are very good. Let's start with the base model. This has a triple motor setup. Yes, you did hear me right, the base model has a triple motor setup. Exactly like what the Tesla Model S Plaid has, but unfortunately on this Alpine version it only gets 395 brake horsepower. It is mated to an 89 kWh battery pack now, but it isn't big in today's standards, but it does give the A390 341 miles of range, which is quite decent. This version can do 0 to 62 within 4.8 seconds, which is quite quick for a base model. The next and final version is again a triple motor setup, but the power has been increased to 464 brake horsepower. This can mean it can do 0 to 62 in 3.9 seconds, which is very quick, and it is mated to the same 89 kWh battery pack, reducing the range slightly to 312 miles, but it is still very usable. Both models can also charge fairly quickly at 190 kilowatts, which isn't the best, but it's not too bad either. It means it can go from about 10 to 80% in about half an hour, which is good. The price of the new Alpine A390 starts at £61,390, which means it undercuts the new Porsche Cayenne Electric by a staggering £20,000. This is a lot, and what is even more surprising is that it's not the more expensive coupe version that's yet to be announced yet. Right, let's have a look to see what the interior is like. So, stepping inside the new Alpine A390, we get a very premium look and feel. It also feels a lot like a Renault too. To start with, we get this panel that stretches from the driver's side to the centre console, and this houses your infotainment system. It is basically the Renault Android Automotive system with Alpine's theme on top, but it does work quite well, and because it is Android you can get loads of apps too, and it is also very quick. The instrument cluster is better than the Renault ones though, as it is clearer and you can have more of a classical premium look to them. Moving back to the centre console, we do get some climate control switches, which is very nice, or you can adjust the climate control on the screen, whatever suits you best. The centre console also houses your gear selector, as opposed to the silly Renault stalk. This suits this car much better and gives you a much more sportier feel, and also is much easier to use too. The centre console also has a decent amount of storage, as well as the cubby holes in the doors. In front of the driver you get this very sporty looking steering wheel which has a flat bottom and top to it. This again also uses premium materials and has two dials. One for your regen and one for your driving mode. It feels very Porsche-like. You even get a boost button too. Going back to the door cards now, they also look and feel very premium and have a lot of nice touches on them, which again I do really like. The seats are also sporty and comfy feeling with this one-piece design. They are also quite thick too, giving it a GT feel, again better than any Porsche has done. Dare I say it, this may be one of the best Renault Alpine interiors we have ever seen, even in this segment. Right, let's have a look to see what the rear seats are like. So, climbing into the back of the A390 and there is plenty of legroom and headroom, but what I will say is that it does feel quite dark. You also don't get an armrest either, but there is a lot of premium materials to make up for this. You do get this carbon fibre look on the back of the front seats, which does make it look GT-like and sturdy, which makes this car feel that bit more premium. You also get some USB-C ports as well as air vents too. Right, let's have a look at the boot. So, opening the boot to the new A390 and you're welcomed with a generous 532 litre boot space. There is also hardly any load lip and there is some storage under the boot floor too, which does help. If you fold the seats down though, 60-40 split, then this does increase to 1,643 litres, which again isn't too bad. I would have liked a 40-20-40 split though, like most other cars in this segment have. Also, there isn't a front boot, which is a bit of a shame, but this is made up for the underfloor storage boot. So, in summary then, what do I think of the new A390? Well, it is one special car that has shaken the premium SUV market up. It has a special feel that has been lost with Porsche for some time. It has a very unique look and stance to it that cars haven't had for some time too. The interior again feels very high end and even better than its rivals. Practicality is also decent, but with just a few little niggles that I would personally like ironed out. The best part is though is really the price on this car. It really makes it more accessible and a bargain compared to its rivals. Really then, I cannot complain about this car even with its niggles. This is one special car to have, that's for sure, and especially if you can afford it over a Porsche. So, what do you think of this car then? Leave a comment below, and whilst you're at it, don't forget to give a like and subscribe to Everything Cars and More. I'll see you in the next video.